Hey guys, it's Amour back with a new video tutorial which a lot of people have been requesting. I'm going to show you how to crochet this Among Us Amigurumi. This one is in an orange color and you can see the space helmet and the two legs for walking around, getting his assignments done, and also a backpack. You can find both patterns for the dead body and the crewmate as well for free on my blog Amour.com. But for today, I'm just going to show you the basic crewmate pattern. Alright, what are we waiting for? Let's get started. For round 1, you're going to go ahead and make a slip knot for your hook, and then you are going to go ahead and chain 2. That's 1 and 2. And we are going to do 6 single crochet stitch into this very first chain. So that is 1 single crochet stitch, 2 and 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can go ahead and close it tight. Now we're ready to use our stitch marker to mark the end of our round right there. We're ready to do our next round. We are going to ignore that part right there and have 2 in each stitch all the way around. You'll have 12 single crochet stitches at the end. So in our very first stitch, we are going to do 1 single crochet stitch, and into the same stitch, we are going to do our second single crochet stitch. Now next stitch is going to be 1 and 2 again. Okay, repeat the pattern again. It's going to be 1 and 2. Okay, and 1 and 2, and then just 1 and 2. And then our very last stitch, we are going to have 1 and 2. Now we should have 12 single crochet stitches. Now for round 3, my pattern is going to be 2, 1, 2, 1. Repeat the pattern all the way around. Now for my first stitch, I'm going to do 2 here. So that's 1 and 2. And then just 1 in my next stitch. And now I'm going to repeat the pattern again, 2, 1. So it's going to be 1 and 2, and then just 1 in my next stitch. Repeat the pattern all the way around. Now for round 4, my pattern is 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Continue to repeat the pattern all the way around. Okay, so we're going to do 1 and 2 into the same stitch, and then just 1 and 1. Okay, repeat the pattern again. It's 1 and 2 and 1 and 1. And continue to repeat the pattern all the way around, and you should have 24 single crochet stitches at the end. Now for rounds 5 through 16, we're just going to do 1 in each stitch all the way around, and you should stay at 24 single crochet stitches. So just do 1 in each stitch, and I will meet you at the end of round 16. So this is how your body should look like after 16 rounds. And if we count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Now we're ready to work the leg seam. You're going to chain 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you're going to go ahead and do single crochet stitch across. So you're going to do 1 and 2 and 3, and then you should have 4 single crochet stitches in this row. Then you're going to slip stitch to join to the next stitch of the body. Then we are going to chain 1 and turn. You're going to skip the first stitch, and then you're going to do single crochet across the next 4 stitches. So that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in our very last stitch for this row here. You're going to chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to do single crochet across. So you're going to have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 single crochet stitches across this row, and then you're going to slip stitch to join to the next stitch on the body. And here is the leg seam completed. You'll want to sew the leg seam into the center, and then we will have 2 leg openings, one on this side and one on the other side. You want to cut off a piece of green yarn so we can use it to sew the leg seam to the center of the body. Now we can count 10 stitches from the leg seam. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And here's our 10th stitch, and that's where we're going to sew down our leg seam. So you can fold your leg seam down. We are going to join across 4 stitches. So here's my very first stitch. Here's my next stitch I'll sew into. Here's my 3rd stitch and my 4th and last stitch. And if we can, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches on one side and 9 stitches on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 as well. Now we're ready to do our leg. So we're going to continue on to our next round, and we're first going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we're going to do 10 stitches. And then we're going to go to our leg seam and do 4 across this row right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we should have 14 stitches all together in this round right there. We use our stitch markers so we know where the line. Now for this round, we are going to do a decrease right here first. So do a single crochet decrease, and then in our next 5, we're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, you're going to do a decrease, and then you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 single crochet stitches. And at the end of this round, we should have 12 single crochet stitches all together for this leg. Go ahead and stuff the body, and then this is how it should look like so far. We're going to continue on with the rest of the rounds. Now for the next 3 rounds, we are going to stay at 12 single crochet stitches and just do 1 stitch in each stitch all the way around. So go ahead and work up your stitches. Continue to stuff the legs. Okay, and this is how your body should look like so far. Now for our very last round, we are going to decrease but do in the back loops only. Before we went through both loops, that's the front loop and that's the back loop. You're going to insert your hook in the back loop, yarn over and come back out. Insert your hook into the next back loop, yarn over, come back out. You have 3 loops, yarn over, come back through all 3. That's a decrease. Going to continue to do another decrease in the back loop. So now this is going to be our second one, and you continue to decrease all the way around, and you should have 6 decreases at the end. So go ahead and work up your stitches. Okay, so now this is my 5th decrease and my very last decrease is right here. And then you can go ahead and cut off a tail and fasten off. You want to stuff your leg, and then we will want to sew it closed. Now you'll want to repeat the same pattern for the other leg. So we're going to go ahead and join to the other side of the leg, and we are going to go ahead and repeat the pattern for the leg again. And now we can finish stuffing, and we can go ahead and sew our second leg closed. And then we can go ahead and hide and cut all of our ends as well. And here is our body completed. Now for the backpack, you are going to go ahead and chain 10. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we are going to do single crochet stitch across. So that's going to be 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we should have 9 single crochet stitch around. And now we are going to continue and make this around. We're going to turn it over and we're going to do single crochet across the other side of the chain. So that's 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and our last stitch 9. So we should have 18 single crochet stitch all the way around. Now for round 2, we're going through the back loop only. So we're going to go ahead and stitch in the back loop and go all the way around. We should have 18 single crochet stitches for the end of this round as well. So at the end of this round, this is how your backpack should look like. It should have a ridge right there. So now through rounds 3 through 9, we're just going to stay at 18 single crochet stitches. So you want to go through both loops and continue to stitch all the way around, and you're going to do this for 8 rounds altogether. Here's our backpack, and if we count, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds. Okay, now we're going to just single crochet stitch in our next 2 stitches. Okay, and now for this last part, we are just going to, in the back loop only, do 9 single crochet stitches. So that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And you'll want to fasten off, leaving a very long tail, because we're going to use it to sew our backpack closed and then use that to sew it onto the body. You'll want to stuff the backpack lightly. Okay, and now we are going to sew the backpack closed. And for this portion, you'll just want to, on the bottom part, we're just going to go through the back loop, but the top you'll want to go under both loops and continue to sew all the way across. And here's our backpack completed. And later we're going to sew it on the back of our body like this. For the space helmet with gray yarn, you are going to go ahead and chain 9. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then you're going to do single crochet stitch across, so that's 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 single crochet stitches across. And on other side of the chain, we're going to go ahead and do single crochet across. So that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 single crochet stitch. So now you should have 16 crochet stitch for this first round. Now in the back loop, which is just a single loop right here, we're going to go ahead and do single crochet stitch all the way around, and you're going to stay at 16 single crochet stitches. So go ahead and work up your stitches. This is how it should look like, just like the backpack, but just a little bit smaller. Now for the next 5 rounds, we're just going to stay at 16 single crochet stitches. So go ahead and work up your stitches. Now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds that we've done. Now we're just going to do 1 single crochet stitch. And now here we're just going to, in the back loop, do it for 8 stitches. So that's 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we're going to fasten off a very long tail. And we are also going to stuff lightly our helmet. And then we are going to go ahead and sew it closed, just like the same way we did our backpack. So go ahead and close up your space helmet. And then when we are finished with it, we'll be ready to sew it onto our body. Now we're ready to assemble our amigurumi. is our Among Us crewmate completed. This is how it looks like. So I also have the pattern for the body in my blog. You can find it at amigurumi.com and it's also free. But if you're interested in seeing a tutorial for it, let me know. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now.